Hello and thank you for watching my video. Today we're going to be talking about fractals. Now, I did a video talking about what people could do with their ascended armor, ascended equipment, particularly to do with Fractals of the Mists and some of the changes that are going to be happening in game when Heart of Thorns comes out. And I had a lot of people actually asking me about Fractals of the Mists and asking me for a few guides and just general sort of information about Fractals. So today I'm going to be running through some of the information on how you can get your armor, the easiest way to actually get Agony resistance, and what everything to do with Agony is. So quick rundown, Fractals of the Mists are an elite dungeon located here in Lion's Arch. They are an elite dungeon that you can only do from level 80. They came in after Guild Wars 2 launched, with the idea of doing that there were to be the hard end game content. And you actually, as you get leveled up, you come up against harder and harder foes. It's more challenging, you get special effects that affect you, particularly things like where every condition that you apply to an enemy actually turns into a boon, so you can't use conditions on them, stuff like that. And you actually have to progress up level by level. So you can see here, you will start off at the very bottom, and as long as you do a fractal with a difficulty scale higher than the one of yours, at the end of it, if you defeat the final fractal boss, you will actually level up. And then if you do the next one again and again. But if you're level 4 and the fractal's level 10 and you actually complete that, you will still go up one level. However, if you are, say, level 15 and you do a level 10 fractal, you will not go up a level because you've completed one at an easier difficulty. So, let's go and have a look. When you enter Fractals of the Mist, you enter in the Mistlock Observatory, where there's a couple of merchants, and we're going to be talking about what some of the currencies that you get from the Fractals of the Mists, because you do get two types of currency. You will get fractal relics. Now, fractal relics can be found in your wallet. You can see here, I've got 4,192 fractal relics. These are gained by doing daily rewards for fractals and actually doing every stage of the level. You will get a fractal relic. And then we actually have this vendor here, and he sells objects for fractal relics. Things like spirit shards, obsidian shards, and some useful slot boxes at different prices, which are very good. I've got a couple of those. So this is what you can spend your current fractal relics on. Or usually you will end up also getting a pristine fractal relic. And this is actually currently being used to purchase ascended rings. So we're going to come back to this a little bit later, but the rings can be purchased for 10 pristine fractal relics. You can also buy a mist zone or a bag of fractal relics, but I wouldn't advise doing that. You're better off saving your pristine fractal relics. So you actually get these for leveling up. Now the fractals actually scale up, and one of the things that you actually will notice on your equipment, if you are fairly new and haven't done fractals, you have this thing called Agony resistance. And as you progress through the fractals, you actually get afflicted by Agony every so often. And Agony is a skill that is whenever we're going to enter the go back to Lion's Arch. What I want to show you, this is a guide did by Felix Carter, a very good guide on the Reddit forums. I better tick that up. Basically, this is for creating and getting Agony infusions and trying to infuse your basically your amulets and your sort of accessories without doing your armor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my Borderlands just because it's going to be easy to show you with the Laurel vendor. Alright, I know some people don't like me doing this, but it's just for the video. There's not too many people on at the moment. So as you can see here, for Fractals 1 to 0, you actually have 0 Agony resistance, and you don't need it. You can do Fractals 1 to 9, no problem. So this is where I recommend, when you're trying Fractals for the first time, go into Fractals. You don't need any Agony resistance. You can do it. You can see here my armor is all exotic armor. I can go in and do this no problem. I do have some ascended sort of amulets and rings, but none of them have any Agony resistance. So how do I get Agony resistance? Well, you can go to a Laurel merchant. Here we go, Laurel merchant. And one of the things you want to do is you actually want to buy it in the World versus World Laurel merchant. So because obviously what we're going to ignore the fact that I actually don't have, we're going to say, look, okay, I've got some of this stuff, but I don't actually have any laurel. Okay, so we're going to go to the laurel merchant, and you can buy here. This is for the amulet. Now, okay, I already have Gerard's Jewel, but you can buy some of these other amulets. They only cost 20 laurels plus 250 world versus world badges of honor. So you could buy, for example, collar, something really impressive that will give you good power precision ferocity is always quite good. The mark of the Teslas houses, that's a good one to go for, and that will cost you 20 laurels and 250 badges of honor. So once you've got that, you can also get a what else does he say? So you'll get that. There's a few other ones, and again, you can see it's purchased in World versus World from a laurel vendor because although it costs several badges of honor, it will save you a lot more laurels for later on. The accessories, you can use either 24 guild commendations to get Althea's Ashes or the Magister's Field Journal, or you can go into here and actually spend 40 laurels and get 2 of these ascended accessories. It will cost you 80 laurels and 100 exos in total, but you will be able to get a couple of things that you actually want. So that's if you don't have the guild commendations. And what that will do, that will give you 15, that won't give you any Agony resistance yet, but what it will do, it will give you pieces of ascended equipment that you wouldn't have had if you're fairly new to the game. So the reason I'm coming back here is because I want to pick up a load of stuff. Now this is everything that I've moved over from my main character, my main elementalist, and I wanted to show you the difference. So I'm going to pop back up there. And what we would do, we're going to go back to the laurel merchant, because okay, so we've picked up these ascended armor pieces. So we've got the 3 armor pieces, the 2 accessories, and the amulet. Well, how am I going to get Agony resistance? Well, I believe that's not in here, is it? It is back. Okay, so we're going to have to go back to Fractals of the Mists. So what we're going to do, we're going to go pop back through here, and I'm going to quickly go back to the blog post. You can see here what we're going to do. We're actually going to spend if we actually run Fractals 1 to 9, we need 225 fractal relics, because you don't want to trade your pristine fractal relics, so don't trade them in, because we'll need 20 later. But as you run Fractals of the Mist, you want to hold on to these vials of condensed mist essence, because you'll need these for later. So these are these devices here. So keep hold of those. You also want to keep hold of globs of coagulated mist essence and the shard of crystallized mist essence, because it will allow you to upgrade ascended rings. So, okay, we're back over here, and let's go back into the Mist Lock Observatory, because it will give you a better idea of what you can actually spend your fractal relics on. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to equip the armor so you'll see how things are going. Okay, basically, just so you know that I will put on some of this equipment as well, so you can see as I go through. But if we go back to this merchant, I didn't really cover it. The versatile simple infusion. So this is what was meant in that post by getting 225 fractal relics, because you can double click on one of these and actually put it into a piece of armor. So you can see here, let's look at one we haven't got. So we've got Gerard's Jewel. If you actually buy this versatile simple infusion, you can put that into Gerard's Jewel and you will have 5 Agony resistance. Not bad. So as I said, we'd already got the accessories and we get the Gerard's, so let's go and do that now. So what we've got, we'll get the accessories. So that's one accessory and that's another accessory. Oh, I've got to put them in the wrong. Okay, there we go. This is so much annoying and that doesn't do it automatically. There we go. So we'll put the other accessory in, and we'll get the the amulet as well. So okay, all right, that's not completely ascended. So we've got 10 Agony resistance. So it shows you by putting in the versatile simple infusion, we've got at least 10 there. So what's the next step? Okay, let's have a look. What do we want to do next? So, okay, we've got 15 Agony resistance. That allows us to do Fractals 10 to 19. So that's pretty cool. The next goal you want to do is a back piece. So you can do a back piece, or you can craft some of your armor. Now the armor, you will have noticed there's another guide where we can do that you would notice on my channel. But you'll notice here, let's have a look. This ascended armor. So this doesn't have any infusion, okay? But this does. This has a vital infusion. Okay, I actually spent a lot of gold on making that vital infusion. But this one here, so the Sorcerer's Pants, so we craft a Ascended Armor piece, and we actually put, again, the Versatile Simple Infusion. So we put that up, we can actually, we actually need Human Race. That's so annoying. So that will give us plus 15 Agony Resistance. Again, we've got the Versatile Simple Infusion, so that gives us 20 Agony Resistance. And again, we've got another one, so that will give us 30 Agony Resistance. So the armor is a great way of actually using that Versatile Simple Infusions to increase your Agony Resistance on your character. If you look at the back piece, one of the things that we actually have is the Agony Infusion. You get these +1 Agony Infusions, and if you combine them together, if you're an Artificer, you will actually upgrade and upgrade and upgrade until you get up to +8, +9, and that makes it much more worthwhile to equip it onto your character. So you can see here we had a +9, and we also had like +8, well actually +13 on that one ring alone, and again +13 on the other ring. So pretty useful things to have, and eventually you'll equip this. You can also have your legendary actually equipped with, again you can see here, a Mighty Infusion. That gives us a +5 Agony Resistance, and eventually we'll get up to level 70. So this is things you want to take as you go along. You don't want to do everything all at once. If you have your Ascended Armor already and you've never done Fractals, then go in and play some Fractals at 1 to 9. Go in and buy these Versatile Simple Infusions, because they will allow you to do the higher level Fractals. That Agony Resistance, by the way, it does scale. Now I want to show you a blog, so let's go and have a look. What we want to do is actually, so I wonder if we can go into this. So the plus, so we want to look at Agony. So the plus Agony Infusions, let's have a look. So these are the ones you want to keep hold of, and they actually give you Agony Resistance. And Agony Resistance, let's have a look at that. This is a scale. This is the table I wanted to show you guys. So when you have 0% health, this is the fractal difficulty level. So you can see here 0 to 9 has no penalty for agony whatsoever. And as you go up, so if you had 0 agony at 54%, every tick, which is around every second, you will lose 84% of your health. So you won't last long with 0 agony resistance. But if you go in with 0 agony resistance at level 10, that's how much health you're going to be losing every second. And you really do need to improve your agony resistance. But if you have 10 agony resistance, you'll be suffering a minimal amount. You won't have to worry about it. So you can do, if you have 10 agony resistance, you can go up to level 19, no problem. So then you want to go into level 20 or say level 22, you need 25 agony resistance to have 0 or to have 1% health loss. And that's something that you want to be aware of. Again, when you go up to level 30, you want to have 40 agony resistance. When you're at level 40, you want to have 55 agony resistance. And level 50 is the only one you need 70 agony resistance. So that is something that you want to be wary of, and you can see how much that to get a single +10 infusion requires spending over 7 gold for the thermocatalytic reagent. And that is what you actually do to create this +2 infusion. You need 2 +1s and a thermocatalytic reagent, which you can buy from the trading post. Not from the, well, you can buy it from there, you can also buy it from a merchant. So in the end, we get our full armor set, and we actually, eventually, as we're going up the fractals, it does take a while to get up to level 50, but you can get your rings that will drop, you'll get a back piece. The fractal capacitor took me a long time to get. You get your infusion for your ascended armor, which, if you use your versatile simple infusion, it's a cheap way to get agony resistance. And if you think about it, if you have ascended armor and you spend you put 30 agony resistance on there, that will get you a fair amount. And then you can get some rings that will get you another 10. That will get you 40 agony resistance, 50, 60. You can get 60 agony resistance and 65 if you use a legendary. And that's just by using versatile simple infusions, not including the stuff like the +1, the agony infusions that you can pick up as you go along. So I'm hoping this little guide has been useful for you to actually get this infusions and to understand how Fractals of the Mists actually work. But this guide in particular is very, very useful. Again, if you want to go to look on GW2 Reddit forum, look for full Agony resistance guide without armor, so just the trinket and weapons. And this is a really good description. Hopefully it's pretty clear for you. If you just have one, as I said, this is the too long didn't read. If you have just one character that you run through Fractals of the Mists, craft the armor and ignore this guide. But if you want to have any number of light, medium and or heavy classes, and you're wanting to send through Fractals of the Mist anytime you want, then you can save a little money in the long run. This guide actually will help you. So that is how you craft and that is how you create a character with ascended armor, with infusions that you can use for the Fractals of the Mists. If you've got any comments, any suggestions on my little guide here, please let me know in the comment section below. I hope this has been helpful. I'm hoping that a lot of you will try out Fractals. If you can go and do 0 to 9, they are fairly easy to do, and it is something to learn. They are the harder stuff. You will get a decent reward at the end of it. I'm just going to put my stuff back in the bank, but you can see here I've actually got some like +7, +9 in Agony Infusion. When you're at that higher level, you can get rewards like fractal skins. You can see here like the great sword. If we actually wield that, I'll move that over here. So let me move that up. I need to put that. So that's all mine. That's no. Eventually it will load. Okay. So let me double click. So there we go. That is my guide. If you, as I said, if you have any comments or any questions about this, please feel free to leave me any comments. I do try and answer them all. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and point out any mistakes that I might have made. Any suggestions that you actually have, please feel free to do that. Again, I'm very open with this. I may make some mistakes, and it's always better to actually put them out and help other people, and that's the whole point of my channel, to help you guys actually go around and play and enjoy Guild Wars 2 a little bit more. And quickly, let's just see if that greatsword actually loaded up. There we go. So that's me with a greatsword. Imagine this, my Reaper. Oh man, that'd be cool. And you can see you get this sort of swirly effect that hangs around. And the only way you can get these is from the level 50 fractals, or by a very lucky drop. And fortunately, I've got a fair amount of them. You can see here. I'll show you quickly. We'll go to the weapon skins and fractals. You can see these are all the fractal skins. You've got things like the fractal sword, the fractal hammer. You know, I'm still missing a lot. But when Heartthorns comes out, yay, I'm going to be able to complete this collection. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.